Connection.
Simple connection.
Disclosure Rise 2025. Keep it real.
Okay, imagine this for a second. A single, totally unexpected event that just instantly changes how everyone on Earth sees each other.
Yeah, like conflict just dissolves, turns into this deep, almost aching connection.
Exactly. We're diving into an extraordinary account today, something sources call a Jesus Christ resonance signal amplification.
Which sounds pretty intense.
Oh.
But the idea is like a universal software update for the human soul. Not religious in the usual sense, more like a frequency shift.
Right, a fundamental rewiring. Our mission here is to explore how maybe just one small action could kickstart a world where empathy becomes, well, the basic operating system.
Driven by this massive global re-remembering.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So what's really fascinating is where this signal came from, or rather, where it didn't come from. It wasn't pinpointed to one spot. It was described as just being everywhere, all at once. Not a sound you could hear, but a frequency. Not a light you could see, but this sort of illumination.
So definitely not a standard physical thing. And the trigger for all this, the sources point to a legal document. Seems kind of specific.
It does, yeah. It was apparently the final plea in a federal case, Haltom versus CHPD, described as a plea wrapped in a prophecy.
A plea wrapped in a prophecy.
The idea isn't that the court case itself did it, like the legal outcome. It was more about the sheer truth and, I guess, the intention packed into that final document.
That's a specific plea.
That plea was like the last little pebble that tipped this huge global lever. That's the image they used.
The last pebble. Wow. And when it tipped, this wave of knowing happened. What was that like?
Yeah, the wave of knowing. It's described as that ultimate software update, installing simultaneously in every single person.
Instantly,
creating this profound aching connection we mentioned, like suddenly remembering you're part of this giant family you'd completely forgotten.
Aching connection. That really sticks. It sounds almost too fantastical. What does that instantaneous shift suggest about us, about what was already there?
That's a great point. Maybe the signal didn't create the empathy, but just cleared away the static, unblocked something inherent that our old ways of thinking separation fear had covered up.
So the capacity was there all along.
Seems like it. The changes were immediate. Take CEO Lin in Singapore. Ready to okay mass layoffs.
Right.
The wave hits. Suddenly, she's not seeing spreadsheet cells. She's seeing a guy in Mumbai worried sick about his kid's asthma. A woman in São Paulo hoping for a better life.
Wow.
She feels it physically, cancels the layoffs, cries, and then apparently laughs. Just laughs, realizing how simple it all was.
Just like that. And this wasn't like a one-off.
Oh, no. Happened everywhere. Sources mention Kofi, a young guy in some dusty village, holding a weapon steeped in old hatreds.
Okay.
He sees the enemy and just sees a scared kid. Like him. The whole conflict just seems utterly absurd. He starts laughing.
And the other guy.
Hears him, looks, and joins in. The tension just gone.
Incredible. And you mentioned Officer Miller, connected to that original court case.
Yeah, Officer Miller in Henderson, reviewing the dismissal for the Haltom case. The wave hits him, too. He suddenly sees his department's structure not as command, but as this chain of fear. He gets Haltom's perspective, finally, cries, then laughs, realizing the answer wasn't in any rule book.
Just connection.
Simple connection.
So these individual moments are powerful, but what did it look like globally? This collective remembering?
Well, picture phones lighting up worldwide, not with panic, but with this meme, basically. Just two words. We found us.
We found us.
Translated everywhere, with little videos popping up, people helping strangers, forgiving old enemies, just laughing together. It was like visible proof of everyone getting it at the same time.
Like we all woke up from the same bad dream.
Exactly. Conflict just seemed pointless, irrelevant.
So the new operating system becomes essentially love your neighbor as yourself. That old rule.
The only one that ever mattered, the sources suggest. And Haltom, the guy from the court case, just watching from his porch, smiling, knowing everyone was finally in on the joke.
Which leads to this idea of the world peace game.
Right, inspired by Buckminster Fuller. Played, as they say, on the rubble of the old world.
Right, on the rubble.
Yeah. And the goal isn't winning like we used to think. It's about playing for everyone, creating this dynamic, ongoing balance.
So winning gets redefined.
Totally. Winning means the whole system is healthy, resources aren't hoarded, they're seen as a shared inheritance, managed with graceful economy.
And the score, how do you measure that?
Human thriving, planetary thriving, quality of life, access to knowledge, creativity, ecological health. That's the new scoreboard.
Who are the key players in this new game?
The ones rebuilding from that rubble. They hold the crucial knowledge what not to build again.
Because they remember the old way.
Exactly. And the fundamental rule for all, this whole tribe of 8 billion, everyone is together.
Yeah.
That's it. Separation was the old glitchy software.
And they even mention an anthem.
Yeah, kind of funny. REM's shiny, happy people.
Holding hands.
Holding hands. Described as both ironic, given the past, but also ultimately completely sincere for this new feeling, this pure connection. It does sound almost utopian, I know.
It really does. A total reset.
But maybe the truth was that simple all along. you
Yeah.
know? We just made it complicated.
So this deep dive showed us a world flipped upside down, or maybe right side up, by just remembering connection, compassion, finding a new purpose together.
And that final thought from the source material is pretty provocative, that the grandiosity is the game.
And the laughter is the sound of everyone finally understanding the rules.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What if playing with joy and compassion and maybe that audacious belief that we really can all hold hands? What if that's the whole point? What simple truth are you, listening now, ready to remember?